अच्छा, क्या आप शेयर करेंगे? ठीक है, आप शेयर
यस
करना
सर।
चाहते हैं क्या?
यस सर।
ओके ओके, तो गो 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 अहेड एंड शेयर। यस। कार्तिक है, गो एंड शेयर।
यस सर, 1 मिनट। सर विजिबल है?
नो, राइट नाउ नो। या। यस। यस।
Yes, sir. Sir, on 20th December 1892, Allahabad session took place and Congress criticized the Indian Councils Act of 1892. And on 27th December 1895, 11th session took place and substantial increase in the number of delegates of Congress from 1,163 to 1,584. And on 20th December 1896, Congress passed a resolution blaming the British for the famine. On 27 December 1897, Congress criticized Bal Gangadhar Tilak's arrest. 27 December 1899, 15th session took place. Congress demanded British government put a stop to the drain of wealth from India to England. 26 December 1901, for the first time, Mahatma Gandhi appears on the Congress platform. On 26 December 1904, Bombay session held, and Congress protested the violation of rules by Lord Curzon as he used revenue from India for his forward policy in Tibet. On 26 December 1906, Congress declared Swaraj as its aim. On 26 December 1907, disturbances happened in the Surat session of the Congress. Extremist leaders were pushing for resolution on Swaraj. On 26 December 1910, Allahabad session took place. Muhammad Ali Jinnah criticized the colonial government's decision to introduce separate electorates. On 26 December 1911, Congress at its Calcutta session and congratulated Mahatma Gandhi on the repeal of the South African province's anti-Asiatic legislation. On 20 December 1914, Congress promised all help in the prosecution of the World War I. On 27 December 1915, Constitution of the Congress was suitably altered to admit the delegates from the extremist sections. And on 26 December 1916, this Lucknow section represented the unification of the moderates and extremists within the Congress. 26 December 1917, Congress got its first woman president, Annie Besant. Congress, 29 August 1918, Congress at the special session in Bombay termed the Montague camps for reform as disappointing. On 23rd November 1919, Congress joined the Khilafat movement. On 26 December 1920, Congress sought to intensify the non-cooperation movement at its Nagpur session. On 27 December 1921, Ahmedabad session took place.
डोंट रिपीट ऑल दीज थिंग्स। अब आप ना मेन पे चले जाइए।
तो सर टाइमलाइन ही।
नो नो, टाइमलाइन इट्स गुड। कुछ कुछ बीच में बोलिए, दैट्स ऑल।
ओके सर। On 22nd October 1913, Congress ministers resigned protesting Governor General's unilateral declaration of India's participation in World War II. On 1st April 1946, Congress won absolute majority in second provincial election. On 29 August 1947, Constituent Assembly constituted the drafting committee. 26 November 1949, Constituent Assembly adopted the Constitution of India. On 13 May 1952, Congress wins first election after independence. On 9 January 1959, Indira Gandhi was elected as the Congress president. And on 2nd April 1962, general elections held. Party won 361 seats out of total 494. On 27 May 1964, first Prime Minister of independent India, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, passed away. On 24 January 1966, Indira Gandhi chosen as Prime Minister. On 9 August 1997, Smriti Sonia Gandhi takes primary membership of the party, and she takes over as Congress President on 14 March 1998. On 22 May 2004, Dr. Manmohan Singh becomes Prime Minister. On 22 July 2008, UPA wins nuke deal trust vote. On 24 September 2008, Rahul Gandhi is elected by the party as General Secretary AICC. On 20 January 2013, Rahul Gandhi elected Vice President anonymously by the Congress Working Committee. On 15 December 2017, Rahul Gandhi unanimously elected party president. Now, history of Congress. The Indian National Congress, often called the Congress Party, is a political party in India with widespread roots. It was founded in
Kartikeya,
1880.
Kartikeya, one thing, can you put it to your PPT F5 or F5, so this gives a bigger picture. या और नो स्लाइटली एक और उसके जस्ट लेफ्ट हैंड साइड में एक आइकॉन है, उसको क्लिक कीजिए लेफ्ट हैंड साइड में, जहाँ यस नो नो राइट 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 मोर राइट नो नो इन बिटवीन, हाँ ये यस 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 क्लिक इट, हाँ
Yes.
या गो अहेड.
The Indian National Congress, often called the Congress Party, is a political party in India with widespread roots. It was founded in 1885 by A. Hume and others. It was the first modern nationalist movement to emerge in the British Empire in Asia and Africa. From the late 19th century and especially after 1920, under the leadership of Mahatma Gandhi, Congress became the principal leader of the Indian independence movement. Congress led India to independence from the United Kingdom and powerfully influenced other anti-colonial nationalist movements in the British Empire. The word Indian National Congress was given by Dadabhai Naoroji. Congress means an assembly of some people. It is derived from the American history. The entire period of Congress can be divided into three parts. First, moderates from 1885 to 1905. B, extremists from 1995 to 1916. C, Gandhian phase from 1916 to 1947. Now, objectives of Congress. Number first, fusion into one national whole of all the different and discordant elements that constituted the population of India. Gradual regeneration among all lines of the nation. Consolidation of union between England and India. Improvement and consolidation of feeling of national unity, irrespective of caste, religion, and province. Indian National Social Conference was founded in 1887 by M.G. Ranade. Its first session was held in Madras in December 1887. Some facts
Kartikeya,
about the
last previous slide, Kartikeya, previous slide. Okay, so we can divide entire Congress idea or Congress idea into certain parts like three: moderate, extremist, and the Gandhian phase. One point, because Gandhi came to India only after 1950 on 15. Okay, and these are the objectives about the कांग्रेस एंड कांग्रेस आइडियोलॉजीज. ये जो जितने भी ऑब्जेक्टिव्स हैं, हर एक क्वेश्चन का एक ऑब्जेक्टिव होना जरूर होता है. तो क्या ऑब्जेक्टिव क्या है, इसको अगर क्वेश्चन का ऑब्जेक्टिव देखें पूरे ये पेपर का कि कांग्रेस, सो we are not going to confuse that we are discussing which Congress. We are not discussing with the Congress which still persisting. हम अभी कांग्रेस की जो आज की कांग्रेस है उसकी बात नहीं कर रहे हैं. कांग्रेस that means amalgamation of each and every party's ideas. When you study Congress, you'll find, not right now, but further when Karthik going to discuss about, Congress means a stage where each political party or each different ideology come on a ground where they wanted to give their 100%, and their main motive behind all these things, Congress, that means freedom of India, ultimately freedom of India. So this is the main objective of Congress that time when when the formation of Congress in 1885. That was not the main idea, but after Gandhi came to India, the main idea of Congress was to how to get independence. और इसमें एक इंटरेस्टिंग बात है, शायद कोई भी पॉलिटिकल पार्टी के लोग हों, आपको पता है कि उनको पहले कांग्रेस का मेंबरशिप लेनी जरूरी होती थी. सपोज दैट यू आर द लेफ्ट CPI member, but you also the Congress membership also. Kartike, do you know this thing?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you can explain a little bit louder. Go ahead.
Okay. So some facts about the INC. In December 1954, Alan Octavian Hume presided over a private meeting with 17 men after a theosophical convention in Madras. The idea of forming the Indian National Congress was conceived in this meeting. At the time of foundation, the party's objective was to obtain a greater participation for educated Indians in the government and to create a forum where political dialogues among educated Indians and the British Raj could be arranged. The first meeting of the Congress was scheduled to take place at Pune, now Pune. However, due to a cholera outbreak, the event was shifted to Bombay, now Mumbai. Hume had to get the approval of the then Viceroy Lord Dufferin to hold the meeting. Umesh Chandra Banerjee, also known as Umesh Chandra Banerjee, was elected as the first president of the first meeting of the Congress that included 72 other delegates. Until 1905, the Congress did not have much public support. After Lord Curzon's declaration of the partition of Bengal, senior Congress leaders Surendranath Banerjee and Sir Henry Cotton broke the political barriers and made the party instrumental in the Swadeshi movement. After the return of Mahatma Gandhi from South Africa in 1914, the Congress elected him as the president in 1921. By the end of the First World War in 1919, Gandhi became the spiritual leader and icon of the party. The Congress Party played a pivotal role in the Indian freedom movement. With over 15 million members and 70 million participants, the party eventually outset the imperial colonizers from India. Even after the independence, the Congress Party has ruled over Indian politics. In the 15 general elections since independence, the Congress has won on 6 occasions and has led the ruling coalition another 4 times. The Congress Party is the oldest ruling party of free India. The party has led the central government for 49 years. 7 Indian Prime Ministers have been elected from the party and 6 others had been former members. Jawaharlal Nehru, Gulzarilal Nanda, Lal Bahadur Shastri, Indira Gandhi, Rajiv Gandhi, PV Narasimha Rao and Manmohan Singh were active members of the party during their prime ministerial tenure. On the other hand, Morarji Desai, Charan Singh, VP Singh, Chandrasekhar, HD Deve Gowda, IK Gujral had been members of the Congress before their appointment. And Sonia Gandhi is the longest serving president of the party till date. She joined the party as a primary member at the 1997 plenary session and was elected president in 1998. Now, formation of the Congress. One of the thorniest issues that contemporary scholars of British India are faced with is that of the genesis of the Indian National Congress 1885. While some of them believe that the foundation of this first major political party on an all India basis was an inevitable corollary of the circumstances that prevailed in the South Asian subcontinent as a result of British Raj, others have held opposing views. In fact, the latter, while championing the safety valve theory, are convinced that the birth of this political organization was nothing more than a British stratagem aimed at forestalling an imminent popular uprising among the colonial subjects. Thus, the aim of this article is to set out the views and arguments of both camps of scholars. By the last quarter of the 19th century, the British Empire in India witnessed the birth of a major widely based political party on western
कार्तिकेय
authority.
कार्तिकेय
Yes, sir.
ये आवाज इको हो रही है मेरी?
No, sir.
अच्छा, यहाँ पे जो सेफ्टी बॉल थियरी है उसके बारे में थोड़ा सा मैं आप लोगों को बताऊंगा, क्योंकि दिस इज द टू वे डिस्कशन, दिस इज नॉट द वन वे डिस्कशन वेयर वी you go and read out. Okay, so what is the safety valve theory? In when inception of Congress in 1885, जब कांग्रेस बनी थी 1885 में, तो कुछ लोगों ने एक थियरी दी कि कांग्रेस क्यों बना, क्योंकि इसको एओ ह्यूम, चूंकि ये इंडियन नहीं थे, तो लोगों को लगा कि जो इंडियन नेशनल कांग्रेस है, इसको इसलिए बनाया अंग्रेजों ने कि कहीं ना कहीं कुछ अंदर जो लोगों के मन में गुस्सा है, कोई प्रॉब्लम है, वो किसी स्टेज पे आके निकले। और उसके बाद क्या हो, अगर स्टेज पे वो आ रहा है तो इससे दो चीज होगी, उनका प्रॉब्लम भी लोगों के सामने आएगा, और साथ साथ हम उनके इश्यूज को सॉल्व करेंगे, और उनका आइडिया भी थोड़ा सा लोगों के सामने मिलेगा। तो ये सेफ्टी वॉल्व थियरी थी। और सेफ्टी वॉल्व मतलब क्या होता है, आपने कुकर को देखा है, प्रेशर कुकर को, जब विसिल जो उसकी जब हम कुकिंग करते हैं तो आवाज आती है कार्तिकेय, तो वहीं से ये सेफ्टी वॉल्व थियरी बना था। कुकर क्या करता है, जो हम घर में अगर कुकिंग करते हैं तो वो अंदर का प्रेशर रिलीज करता है थ्रू दैट विसल, जो सीटी जिसको हम बोलते हैं, उससे विसिल से। मयंक सुन रहे हैं?
यस सर।
हाँ। तो ये आइडिया था सेफ्टी वॉल्व थियरी का।
यस सर।
मयंक, हेलो।
यस। यस सर। यस सर।
हाँ। हाँ। तो ये आइडिया था सेफ्टी वॉल्व थियरी किसको बोलते हैं?
नो सर, सर सुना तो था लेकिन पूरा
हाँ।
मालूम नहीं था।
तो आप समझ गए कि सेफ्टी वॉल्व थियरी अब किसको बोलते हैं। तो ये सेफ्टी वॉल्व थियरी है, ठीक है ना? गेटिंग ए पॉइंट?
यस सर।
या सो गो हेड कार्तिकेय, अभी हमारे पास आज भी है, कल भी है, डोंट वरी। और अगर किसी को यहाँ तक में कोई दिक्कत आई तो मुझसे पूछ सकता है कि कार्तिकेय ने यहाँ तक जो बोला है, आप बताइए। अगर किसी को दिक्कत है तो आप पूछिए मुझसे, कोई भी, क्योंकि वो इम्पोर्टेंट है। गो हेड।
By the last quarter of the 19th century, the British Empire in India witnessed the birth of a major widely based political party on Western model, the Indian National Congress. This move represented a milestone in India's struggle for freedom from the yoke of colonial rule, since it was the first party of its kind to see the light of the day throughout the whole British Empire, which later on inspired other nationalist leaders worldwide to found similar organizations. Nevertheless, the genesis of this party has often been put into question. In fact, the origin of the Indian National Congress has been till nowadays a much debated subject among many scholars dealing with the political history of British India. The latter are divided into two camps. On the one hand, there are those who assume that this political party was born as a result of governmental machinations, and on the other hand, there are those who see things differently. The post-1857 era up to the establishment of the Indian National Congress in 1885 is seen by many scholars as one of the darkest phases in the history of South Asia under colonial rule. Commenting on this period, the Indian historian Niranjan M. Khilnani pointed out, the more carefully we study the historical records, the more clearly we find out that this period between 1858 and 1885 was one of the stress and strain. Indeed, the foundation of the Indian National Congress came as a culmination of a series of unfortunate events going back to the 1860s. The genesis of the Indian National Congress was shrouded in mystery and has been subject to controversy among many scholars, particularly with regard to who was behind the emergence of this first Indian political party on an all India basis. In fact, some historians believe that the Indian National Congress was a British creation and that the reason behind it was the fact that the colonial government in India was aware of the smoldering discontent among the native population and feared the consequences. According to Akshay Kumar R. Desai, AO Hume, who served in the Indian Civil Service up to 1882, was said to have got hold of the very voluminous Secret Police Report, 7 volumes, which acquainted him with the growing of popular disaffection and the spreading of underground conspiratorial organization. Alan Octave Hume sensed the imminence of a huge uprising in the making. Describing Hume's and other Englishmen's anxiety, Orun K. Ghosh wrote, Hume, like other British people in India, was in constant fear of uprisings. There might be civil commotion and civil disturbances in the bazaars and in the native areas of towns where the British resided, and the contagion might spread to the police and even the army, leading possibly not only to the 1857 to 1859 of India, but to a repetition of the 1776 to 1783 of North America. This prompted him to get in touch with the then Viceroy Lord Dufferin and advise him of the necessity to find a way to weather this crisis safe and sound. One of the solutions that Alan Octave Hume proposed to Lord Dufferin was to set up a political party on an all India bases which could serve as a safe outlet or a safety valve. Drawing on the private papers and correspondence of Alan Octave Hume, Akshay Kumar R. Desai cited him as saying, "The ferment was at work with a radically increasing intensity, and it became of paramount importance to find for its products an overt and constitutional channel for discharge, instead of leaving them fester as they had already commenced to do under the surface." Furthermore, Akshay Kumar R. Desai claimed that in addition to its role as a safety valve, Alan Octave Hume believed this forum could be used by the colonial government as a means through which it could collect information about the views and reactions of the educated Indians with regard to the British policies in India. In the meantime, in an attempt to further substantiate their point of view, the pro-safety valve explanation scholars argued that the best indication confirming the Britishness of the origin of the Indian National Congress is the fact that its founders did not demand self-government for India. Hence, they were as referred to by some Indian extremists, anti-nationalist as well as compromising, if not loyalist, vis-a-vis imperialism. It should be noted that the main objectives of this political party at the time of its foundation were by no means anti-imperialist and were characterized by the demand for isolated reforms. Sanjay Seth observed that the Congress resolution opposing government action or inaction would not condemn but rather regret, and resolutions proposing some course of action or remedy to the government would not demand but rather suggest or at the most urge. Bipin Chandra, who vehemently opposed the safety valve theory, regretfully reported on Lala Rajpat Rai, a Hindu extremist leader in early 20th century, in 1916, that the Indian National Congress was a
One
product of
minute, yeah. Yeah, Karthikeya. This is the very important point that Bipin Chandra, a Hindu extremist leader, किसको बोला उन्होंने? लाला लाजपत राय. And this is the reason behind this book was banned. ये बुक बैन थी, बिपिन चंद्रा की बुक, क्योंकि उसमें उन्होंने जो हिंदू लीडर्स थे उसको एक्सट्रीमिस्ट बताया. लेकिन बाद में बैन हट गया, और इसका मेन रीजन क्या था बैन का आने का और बैन लगने का? ये जो लिखा गया हिंदू एक्सट्रीमिस्ट, ये इन दिस इज द परसेप्शन ऑफ ब्रिटिश गवर्नमेंट, और इन्होंने अपने इंट्रोडक्शन में इसको क्लियर किया था कि अगर मैं एक्सट्रीमिस्ट वर्ड यूज करूंगा तो वो अकॉर्डिंग्स टू द ब्रिटिश गवर्नमेंट के लिए लाजपत राय एंड अदर पीपल आर हिंदू एक्सट्रीमिस्ट. सो वी आर नॉट टेकिंग केयर हिंदू एक्सट्रीमिस्ट इन द contemporary sense. Yes, Karthike, और किसी को भी दिक्कत है आप रेज योर हैंड, और दिस इज द डिस्कशन क्लास. ये नहीं कि सिर्फ कार्तिकेय बोल रहा है और आप लोगों को दिक्कत आ रही है इसमें, अगर कहीं भी, तो यू मस्ट इंटरफेयर. ओके, और अभी क्या बात हो रही है? कार्तिकेय क्या बात कर रहा है? ही इज टॉकिंग अबाउट द फॉर्मेशन ऑफ कांग्रेस इन द फॉर्मेटिव डेज. दैट मीन्स 1885 में जब कांग्रेस बनी थी, इंसेप्शन जब उसको बनाया गया था, उस समय लोगों के दिमाग में क्या क्या बातें थी, और उसको इसने अच्छे तरह से डिपिक्ट किया कि वेदर दिस इज एंटी नेशनलिस्ट और लॉयलिस्ट. संजय सेठ विद बिपिन चंद्रा, विद Dufferin, with Lala Lajpat Rai's views, the main reason behind the formation of Congress, कि inception of Congress, कि कांग्रेस जब बनी थी तो उसके पीछे क्या important reason था. दो ये सारे पार्ट हमारा हिस्टोरिकल बैकग्राउंड में आ जाएगा, क्योंकि what is our main area of discussion post independence, but as a whole holistic approach we have to know this thing. Well done, go ahead.
Bipin Chandra, who vehemently opposed the safety valve theory, regretfully reported on Lala Lajpat Rai, a Hindu extremist leader in early 20th century, as saying in his Young India, published in 1900, that the Indian National Congress was a product of Lord Dufferin brains, and that it was founded more with the object of safeguarding the very foundations of the British Empire against any potential threat to its stability than with that of winning political liberty for India. Lala Lajpat Rai concluded the interests of the British were primary and those of the Indians came only second. Besides, with regard to his view of Alan Octave Hume, Lala Lajpat Rai claimed that though he was known for being a lover of freedom who sought political freedom for India within the British Empire, he was after all an English patriot Lending support to Bipin Chandra, Arun K. Ghosh described the function of the lightning conductor as being a metal rod or wire fixed to an exposed part of a mast to divert electricity into the earth or sea. Then said Hume was used by the Congress in that way. The Indian nationalists used Hume in the sense that he helped them fulfill their long-time dream of setting up a nationalist party on an all-India basis. Arun K. Ghosh quoted Gopal Krishna Gokhale, an early 20th century Hindu nationalist leader, as saying in retrospect, no Indian could have started the Indian National Congress if an Indian had come forward to start such a movement. The officials would not have allowed it to come into existence. If the founder of the Congress had not been a distinguished ex-official, such was the distrust of political agitation in those days, that the authorities would have at once found some way or other of suppressing the movement. On the other hand, Bipin Chandra went on defending those Indians who took part in the founding of the Congress, who were referred to by the pro-safety valve scholars as anti-nationalist. He said they were patriotic men of high character and were in no way stooges of the foreign government. They cooperated with Hume because they did not want to arouse official hostility to their early political efforts, and they hoped that a retired civil servant's active presence would allay official suspicions.
या कार्तिक है 1 मिनट. यहाँ पे ये है कि दो तरह की थियरी थी कि वेदर ब्रिटिशर्स यूज इंडियंस एंड इंडियन यूज ब्रिटिशर्स. सो कुछ लोग बोलते हैं कि इंडियन नेशनलिस्ट यूज एओ ह्यूम टू एस्टेब्लिश अ नेशनलिस्ट मूवमेंट. सो दीज आर द काउंटर पार्ट्स. यस, गो हेड.
Regarding Lala Lajpat Rai's contention that the Indian National Congress was a product of Lord Dufferin's brain, Bipin Chand argued that the perusal of Lord Dufferin's private papers would put an end to such a myth. This was confirmed by A. Reid and D. Fisher, who argued that this viceroy had no part in the formation of the Congress and that, like the other British officials, he regarded it with suspicion. To back up their statement, A. Reid and D. Fisher quoted Lord Dufferin as saying to another British official, "In what way the Happy Dispatch may best be applied to the Congress, for we cannot allow the Congress to continue to exist." According to Oron K. Ghosh, Alan Octave Hume was a person who believed in occultism and mysticism. Alan Octave Hume further stated that hardly anybody in India knew of the existence of such supernatural people due to the fact that absolute secrecy was an essential feature in their lives. In a word, whether a safety valve or not, the debate is still going on, yet the Indian National Congress was there and its founders claimed that it represented and spoke on behalf of the whole population of India. The foundation of the Indian National Congress in 1885 was not a sudden event or a historical accident. It was the culmination of a process of political awakening that had its beginning as early as in the year 1838. Later, many associations came up in 1860s and 1870s and took a major leap forward in the late 1870s and early 1880s. The year 1885 marked a turning point with the formation of Indian National Congress. Thus, the foundation of the Congress was the national culmination of the political work of the previous year.
Yes, Kartike. So give me 10 seconds. Okay. So what is this? This is the foundation of Indian National Congress, and it was not one day's act. It was a culmination of the work um, which done by so many people, so many persons. Okay, go ahead.
The Congress 1947 to 1964. After Indian independence, the Congress emerged as a catch-all party under Nehru, dominating Indian politics for the next 20 years. During this time, the Congress generally advocated socialist policies and established a secular state. After Nehru's death and the short tenure of Lal Bahadur Shastri, Indira Gandhi became the leader of the party. During her tenure, the Congress shifted to the left. India is virtually the only post-colonial nation to sustain a system of parliamentary government for over 50 years after independence. During the Nehru years, Congress was dominant politically and retained power at the center and in almost all the states. But simultaneously, a multi-party system based on free competition among parties and strong parliamentary institutions also developed from the beginning. The nature and working of the party system in place at the time of independence with several political parties: the Congress, the Socialist Party, the Communist Party, Kisan Mazdoor Praja Party, and the Bharatiya Janasangh. Their functioning actively and successfully in 1951 to 52 was crucial to the development of parliamentary democracy in India. All the major political parties were national in their structures, programs, and policies, even when their political bases were limited to specific areas. They had national objectives, took up significant all India issues with the social, economic, and political development of the country as a whole.
Yes, Kartike, um, kindly explain this little bit because now we are into the our question. ये जो अब हम ये आते हैं तो what do you mean by this? This whole like slide क्या आप इसमें क्या बताना चाहते हैं? In
सर
the few
इसमें
words, हाँ.
यस सर इसमें जो इंडियन इंडिपेंडेंस जब इंडिया का इंडिपेंडेंस हुआ तो कांग्रेस है जो इमर्ज हुई कैच ऑल पार्टी की तरह और नेहरू के टाइम ज़्यादातर डोमिनेंट रही है पार्टी और सर इस पार्टी ने पार्लियामेंट्री गवर्नमेंट ऑफ सिस्टम को सस्टेन भी किया और ये
और
ज़्यादातर सर सारे स्टेट ऑलमोस्ट ऑल द स्टेट्स में ये डोमिनेंट रहे पॉलिटिकली
ओके ठीक है, go ahead.
Though the opposition parties remain individually quite weak compared to Congress in terms of mass support, they were quite active and politically did not play just a peripheral role. They vigorously campaigned on alternative sets of economic and political policies. Non-Congress candidates polled more votes than the Congress in the general elections of 1951 to 52, 1957 and 1962. Despite the first past the post electoral system they captured in Lok Sabha in 1952, 26% of seats in 1957, 25%, and in 1960, 28%, and in state legislative assemblies in 1952, 32%, 1957, 35%, and in 1962, 40%.
What do you
Opposition,
mean? What do you mean that the Congress got less vote in Lok Sabha and assemblies? Huh?
yes, sir.
Okay. Overall, that means this is the rise of political party in India. This is not the one-sided election in India. Okay.
Yes, sir.
But how the one thing more that the percentage of vote cast. This is the most important thing. One point. So this is the half cooked picture about the low in the 1952 Lok Sabha. The it's not through the 100%. The percentage of vote cast. You also mention here the percentage of vote cast, and this gives you a better idea. One point. Otherwise. ये वैसा ही हो जाता है जैसा जो हमें मन करता है हम वैसे डेटा को अपने अकॉर्डिंग देख लेते हैं तो यहाँ पे आपको ढूंढ के इसको ऐड करना है कि 26 कितने परसेंट वोट कास्ट अकॉर्डिंग पॉइंट
Okay,
कार्तिक है
sir. Yes,
या
sir.
गो अहेड
Opposition parties remained weak in this period because of one reason, their inability to unite. They found they had more in common with one or the other wing of Congress than with each other. The Indian National Congress was then the most important political organization in India at independence, and in fact throughout the Nehru era. There was no alternative to it on the horizon. It enjoyed immense prestige and legitimacy as the leader and higher of the national movement. Its reach was national and covered the entire subcontinent. Its social base extended from the metropolitan cities to the remotest of the villages, and from the big capitalists to the rural poor, and it gave the country a stable government. It is axiomatic among historians and political scientists that after independence, Congress was transformed from a movement into a party, but this is half-truth. Also, the Congress socialists misunderstood the emerging character of Congress and assumed, especially after the Patel Amendment, that it was no longer broad-based and was being transformed into a right-wing bourgeois party. Given these perceived differences, the socialists decided to leave Congress. This was certainly a blow to the broad-based character of the party. Jawaharlal Nehru was convinced that it was both possible and necessary to retain the all-embracing consensual character of Congress, and without its leadership the country would never be politically stable. He was therefore unwilling to divide the party along right-left line. He also constantly strove to reform Congress and give it a left turn and also adopted reconciliatory approach towards political opponents.
1 minute कार्तिक है अब यहाँ पे सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट बात है कि ये एक मॉडर्न पार्टी थी लेकिन वेदर द आपको कुछ क्वेश्चंस यहाँ पे रेज करना है, और वेदर ऑब्वियस दिस इज कांग्रेस वाज ए मॉडर्न पार्टी, लेकिन क्या कांग्रेस मैक्सिमम लोगों के एस्पिरेशन को, मैक्सिमम लोगों के आइडियाज को साथ लेके चल सकती थी? ठीक है, क्या उसका एक संगठन था? और अब यहाँ पे है, और आप देखिए कि 1947 के पहले तक भी कुछ ऐसे पॉलिटिकल पार्टी थे जिनको ये अनुमति थी कि वो अलग अपना अलग पॉलिटिकल पार्टी में भी रहें, लेकिन कांग्रेस के मेंबर बन सकते हैं। और इस कारण से आप देखिए एक बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट चीज है जो कि आप लोगों को आज के भी स्ट्रक्चर में दिखाई जाती है, और ये हमें पहले से समझना है। और जो कि अभी कार्तिकेय ने इसको बताया भी, वो ये बताया कि कांग्रेस को हम बोलते हैं, एक अगर इसको हम लोग वेग लैंग्वेज में बोले, कि कोई भी कांग्रेस का पार्ट हो सकता है, लेकिन लेफ्ट और राइट विंग का, यानी कि अगर आज देखिए आरएसएस का या फिर सीपीआई सीपीएम का, अगर आपको पार्ट होना है तो उसका एक पूरा स्ट्रक्चर है। आप एक पूरा, दो स्ट्रक्चर अभी ओपन नहीं है, लेकिन कांग्रेस के बारे में बोला जाता है कि कांग्रेस में पार्टिसिपेट करने का कोई तरीका नहीं, सिर्फ आप उसके लिए काम कीजिए, यू आर द मेंबर ऑफ कांग्रेस। एंड व्हाई दिस इज बिकॉज when we look into the past of the कांग्रेस, अगर आप कांग्रेस के बैक हिस्ट्री को देखें तो यहाँ पे क्या पता चलेगा कि सारे पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज के मेंबर कहीं ना कहीं कांग्रेस के मेंबर होते थे। यानी कि कांग्रेस जो है वो डिफरेंसेस के साथ चलना अच्छे से जानती थी, और ये इसकी सफलता का 64, और जब जब कांग्रेस सफल हुई, तब तक कांग्रेस की सफलता का ये कारण था कि कांग्रेस डिफरेंसेस के साथ चलना चाहती थी। और इसका मैं ये कोई थियरी प्रोपाउंड नहीं कर रहा हूँ, दिस इज द व्हाट, बिकॉज द each and every member of other political party once they the part of the Congress, because Congress was not a political party initially. Congress, the inception of Congress as a political movement, not a political party, because if you want something, you at least you feel यूनाइटेड। आपको ये लोगों को दिखाना होगा कि हम यूनाइटेड हैं। तो कांग्रेस का ये जो नेचर है वो आज भी बना हुआ है। ठीक है, कभी सोसाइटी में कभी कोई पॉलिटिकल पार्टी जीती है, कभी कोई पॉलिटिकल पार्टी जीती है, लेकिन आप लोगों को इसी के सेंस में ये बात समझनी चाहिए कि जो लेफ्ट, राइट और सेंटर, हम तीन विंग बोलते हैं, उसके कैरेक्टर्स क्या क्या है, उसके आइडियाज क्या क्या हैं। और आज के जो आज सिचुएशन है, वहां पे ये एकदम सही हो जाता है। कांग्रेस को अपने को बचाए रखना काफी मुश्किल है, और उसमें कांग्रेस की भी गलतियां हैं। आपने देखा कुछ दिन पहले राफेल पे डिबेट है, और राफेल में आप देखिए अक्रॉस द पॉलिटिकल पार्टी टिल 2000 से लेके 2019 तक, अगर इसकी जेपीसी हो जाए, यानी कि ज्वाइंट पार्लियामेंट्री कमेटी बैठ जाए, तो हमें पता चलेगा कि कुछ करप्ट, आई मीन टू से कुछ करप्ट पॉलिटिशियन, वो 2000 से लेके 2019 और 2020-21 तक गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया को कितना पैसे का चूना लगा रहा है, कुछ मिडिल मैन एंड कुछ रूलिंग पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज के। तो आप लोग अभी जो राफेल चल रहा है वो उस पर ध्यान रखिए, आपको इंडिया के पॉलिटिकल सिस्टम के बारे में काफी कुछ पता चलेगा। सो यस, गो अहेड कार्तिकेय।
Congress became a distinct political party after 1947, competing with other parties of political power, but it did not become a monolithic party. It retained its amorphous and national consensual character with a great deal of ideological flexibility and vagueness. Though the party observed a certain degree of discipline, there was still a great deal of debate within it. Views of the party members got reflected in the All India Congress Committee and the annual sessions of the party. The role of Nehru was important in the aspect as he functioned as a democrat inside the party, Congress remained sensitive and functioned as the medium for the reconciliation, accommodation, and adjustment of diverse and divergent class, sectional, and regional interests. It also had the capacity to contain, compromise, and reconcile different and competing points of view within the party. It was also able to accommodate new social and political forces as they gradually emerged and entered the political arena. This all-embracing and inclusive character Congress was able to retain in part because of its inheritance in the national movement. During the Nehru era, Congress remained basically a party of the center or middle or with a left orientation. As a centrist party, it had three important features. The opposition parties other than the communal parties were able to influence it through their mass agitations, for there always existed inside Congress groups which reflected the positions of the opposition parties. The conciliatory attitude led to the opposition parties being open to absorption. Congress was able to absorb the social base, cadres, programs, and policies of the opposition parties. The opposition parties, both of left and right, tended to define themselves in extreme terms in order to prevent their cadres and followers. Now, leadership of party versus government. A major problem that Congress had to decide on as a party at the very outset was what would be the precise relationship between the leadership of the party and that of the government. In November 1946, Nehru joined the interim government and reigned from the party presidency on the ground that the two roles of the leader of the government and president of the party could not be combined. However, J.B. Kripalani demanded that the president of the party and its working committee should have a direct role in government policy making.
1 मिनट। आपने जेबी कृपलानी की बात की। आज आचार्य कृपलानी का बर्थ एनिवर्सरी भी है और हमारे फर्स्ट एजुकेशन मिनिस्टर का भी बर्थ एनिवर्सरी है, दो लोगों का। तो एज ए पॉलिटिकल साइंस स्टूडेंट यू मस्ट नो ऑल दिस थिंग्स। जेबी कृपलानी, ओके। और वो काफ़ी इम्पोर्टेंट उनका रोल था कांग्रेस में, ठीक है ना? गो अहेड।
Nehru and Sardar Patel did not agree with Kripalani. They said that the proceedings and the papers of the government were secret. They argued the party should lay down general long-term policies and goals but should not interfere with the specific problems of governance. In their view, the government was constitutionally accountable to the elected legislature. Kripalani could not agree to the virtual subordination of the party to the government, and feeling frustrated by the refusal of the government to consult him on several important issues, resigned from the party presidency in November 1947 without completing his two-year term.
यस, सो दिस इज द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट थिंग। अगर आप नेहरू और कृपलानी के डिफरेंट अंडरस्टैंडिंग में देखेंगे तो कृपलानी क्या चाहते थे कि प्राइम मिनिस्टर को पार्टी प्रेसिडेंट के एक्वेंटेंस होना चाहिए। और अब आप देखिए, चाहे वो राइट सेंटर पॉलिटिकल, अब क्या पार्टी और क्या गवर्नमेंट, ये दोनों में जो डिस्टेंस है ना, वो इंटायरली टूट चुका है। चाहे वो कांग्रेस हो, चाहे भारतीय जनता पार्टी हो, कोई भी पॉलिटिकल पार्टी हो, सरकार अलग होती है और पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज अलग होती है। पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज में बहुत लोग हो सकते हैं और सरकार में कम लोग होते हैं। तो आपको ढेर से कई बार क्वेश्चन आ जाता है कि कृपलानी और नेहरू के व्यूज में क्या डिफरेंसेस थे। तो दिस इज द व्यूज ऑफ कृपलानी एंड दिस इज द व्यूज ऑफ नेहरू अबाउट द पार्टी एंड अबाउट द गवर्नमेंट। तो आज कार्तिक के इतना ही, ठीक है ना? कोई पॉइंट?
Yes, sir.
फिर हम लोग कल इसको आगे शुरू करेंगे। और चलिए, आप जो कृपलानी का जो व्यूज है वहां तक देख लीजिए। ये सारा डिस्कशन तो उसी के बारे में है।
Yes, sir.
हाँ, तो इसको हम डिस्कशन को कल खत्म करेंगे। चलिए, काफ़ी मेहनत की है एंड स्टिल वी आर हैविंग लॉन्ग वे टू गो। और बाकी लोग भी, आप लोग ये पीपीटीज को देखिए और पढ़ने की कोशिश कीजिए। पीपीटी नहीं, ये आपको जो चैप्टर है उसको आप पढ़ने की कोशिश कीजिए प्लीज़, ठीक है? वन पॉइंट समझ रहे हैं आप लोग?
यस
Yes,
सर।
तो आप लोग इस चीज को, और ठीक है, ये कि थोड़ा सा मोनोटोनस है, लेकिन फिर भी ही ट्राइड वेरी वेल। काफ़ी मेहनत की एटलीस्ट। हाँ कार्तिकेय, तो अपनी मेहनत के बारे में बताइए 2-3 लाइन। अच्छा, आपको आपको क्लियर है कार्तिकेय पूरा? ये जो दोनों टॉपिक है, कहीं
Yes,
अगर
sir.
आपको बोला जाएगा कि अब बोलने के लिए, तो नाउ यू यू विल स्टैंड एंड डिलीवर।
Yes, sir.
तो वैसे ही बोलना चाहिए, लाइन बाय लाइन छोड़ दीजिए कल। और कल की कोशिश कीजिए कि आप, अभी रात भर आपके पास है, तो आप देखिए और उसको प्रेजेंट कीजिए कि स्टैंड एंड डिलीवर। कार्तिकेयन, वेरी गुड। आपने इतनी मेहनत की। नवनीत, क्या हो रहा है? ठीक है कार्तिकेय। यस, अपने मेहनत के बारे में बताइए 2-4 मिनट, क्या क्या किया। और कार्तिकेय, आप इतना डर क्यों रहे थे? आपकी कनेक्टिविटी भी अच्छी आ रही है, और कल से आपको लग रहा था कि मैं प्रेजेंट कर पाऊंगा नहीं कर पाऊंगा, ऐसा क्यों लग रहा था कार्तिकेय? हम्म?
सर वो वैसे ही।
अरे नहीं बच्चे, एब्सोल्युटली फाइन। शुरुआत ऐसी ही होती है। गॉट इट पॉइंट?
Yes, sir.
एंड एटलीस्ट यू, मैं जानता हूँ कि आपने बुक से ही लिखा है, लेकिन एटलीस्ट यू आर डूइंग समथिंग। यही आगे जाके ना एक बेस बनाता है, और आप और अच्छा करेंगे। कार्तिकेय।
Yes, sir.
अच्छा, मयंक, हाँ, तो कार्तिकेय, आप 2 मिनट में बताइए कि कैसे मेहनत की और क्या किया है। गो अहेड। कितना टाइम दिया, कब से टाइम दे रहे हैं इसके बारे में, कि बाकी लोगों को भी लगे कि व्हाट दे आर डूइंग।
Sir, 4 days.
4 डेज से। और लेकिन अब आपको कोई अगर बोला जाएगा कि आप इसके बारे में बताइए, तो आप बता सकते हैं पूरा
Yes, sir.
इस टॉपिक के बारे में? हाँ,
Yes, sir.
चलिए, तो दिस इज द आइडिया। मैं समझ में आ रहा था कि ये समझ नहीं आ रहा था जो अभी डिस्कशन हो रहा है।
सर समझ में आ रहा था।
हाँ, समझ में आ रहा था। खुशी, खुशी बताया कि
यस सर
हाँ,
समझ आ रहा था सर।
समझ आ रहा था। तो और कल मैं आप लोगों से पूछूंगा भी। ठीक है ना, इस टॉपिक पे तो 2 चैप्टर है। ये आपके बिपिन चंद्रा का है, और आप लोग इसको पढ़ के भी आइएगा। और जो अभी इसने बोला है सारा, वो मैं अभी आपसे पूछूंगा भी कल के लेक्चर में। और इसको मैं